So I've recently reviewed the Model D wireless and how much it has improved to become one of the best mice for Minecraft. But now it's HyperX's turn. This is their Pulsefire Haste 2, a revised version of the Haste that I reviewed and thought was better than their original Model O. So now, is it the same with both their bigger brothers? The quick answer is no. But let me explain why. I'm going to start off with things that they did right. The CPS of the mouse is still great, being able to double click and do most things you would want. 20 plus CPS was pretty easy to do, and they included grip tape for drag clicking. The software doesn't provide a way to change debounce, but out of the box I was able to double click. And after getting the firmware update and software, I didn't really notice any changes. A huge upgrade that I noticed was a pretty noticeable increase in mouse button space. A massive problem with the original Haste was that some people weren't able to fit both their fingers comfortably on the mouse. They cleverly fixed this by making the mouse button wrap around the scroll wheel instead of actually changing the shape. They made a pretty similar move like Glorious, but even went further by completely removing all the holes on the mouse. This makes the build feel sturdier and makes the overall build quality feel more premium, being on par with high-end mice. They also kept a nice weight of 61 grams, 8 grams lighter than the Model D wireless. They were able to do this by including a decent sized battery that has 100 hours of playtime in the wireless version. The stock skates overall felt great and have a pretty smooth glide. The shape is pretty much the same if it's large to medium hands on literally most grips. The shape is safe, and claw, palm, and fingertip grip can be done on this mouse. However, if you want a perfect grip, so like let's say claw, this mouse probably won't be able to do it since it was designed with mini grips in mind. Everything else like the scroll wheel, side buttons, sensor, and coating are all decent and isn't anything interesting to point out since they are on par with its price point. Now let's talk about why I wouldn't purchase this for Minecraft. The wired and wireless versions are both $10 more expensive than their older counterparts and their competition. Not only that, but right now the original Haste can be found at insane prices. For Minecraft, I would recommend the Model D wireless more for CPS since it's around the same and maybe slightly better while being cheaper and not lacking in many other qualities. As I said, the changes are more drastic in the Glorious mice, so it isn't the same as it was in the past when I was comparing the Haste and the Model O. A change that breaks this mouse is the switches. The switches on the Haste 2 feel worse to jitter than the original Haste, so if you're mainly buying this for jitter, then I still wouldn't recommend it. Don't get me wrong, these are still great for jittering, but you're paying more for a worse experience. If you're coming from the Haste, then upgrading isn't really worth it unless you're specifically playing more FPS games. I would only pay the extra cost if you're looking at this for FPS. There are also other options for FPS like the Pulsar X2 and the Lamzu Atlantis, but those are more for claw users. Overall, this mouse did make big changes, but only mainly for FPS, and not really for Minecraft. That's all I gotta talk about. Peace.